What I've got in my hand here is a gurgler. It got the name because of the noise it makes when you twitch them. You can work them fairly subtly depending on the mood of the fish, or you can actually bloop them. It makes quite a loud bloop or gurgling sound. This one's quite bright. I like the brighter colours where I fish in the backcountry here because they're easier to see in the fast water. They're very effective on a wide range of species, especially bass, both Australian bass and American large and smallmouth bass. Very easy and simple fly to tie, and we're going to have a look at Peter Morse tying one now and catching a couple of Australian bass on one.
This fly is a gurgler. It's a surface fly used for a lot of native species, bass, Saratoga, sooty grunter in particular, but in larger sizes it's used in salt water, and the tying is all fairly similar. I'm tying this on the Mustad Pro Select Aberdeen. It's a straight long shank, very fine and very, very sharp. The important thing about the gurgler is that it has to hang in the water tail down. Now, it's a foam-bodied fly, so I don't take the tying thread all the way to the back of the hook. Just about 3/4 of the way back. In this particular case, I'm going to tie in a chartreuse marabou tail. It's important that this fly hangs in the water, that it doesn't sit horizontally. That's why you want a long shank hook, or a relatively long shank hook, so that the weight is down back there in the bend. This is a bit of foam. I prepared. It's 2 sheets of foam glued together. You can find foam of varying thicknesses, but I like this 2-tone foam. I just used a contact adhesive to glue 2 sheets together. So I'm going to cut a section of that off, trim this one end of it to a point, like so. Now at this stage you can decide whether or not you want to have yellow up or green up. So I'm going to have green up, green towards the top. Tie in that point that you've cut in. I'm also going to tie in some chenille. So there's the chenille tied in. Take the thread forward to just behind the eye. Wrap the chenille down. And this is a very, very simple pattern. I love simple flies. For me, keep it simple. Variety of patterns, all tied simply. So there's the chenille body. Take the thread back a little, a couple of mil back, fold the foam forward, and if you put a hump in the foam like so, I'll show you the effect that has. Now tie that off. Bend the foam back, get a double wet finish in under there. Some people tie these with rubber legs and all sorts of extra additions. That's entirely up to you. I'm giving you the very simple version because I'm just a simple guy. There we go. Then you cut this off. Now always cut this a little longer than you think you're going to need. Then I like to just put a little dab of super glue in at the back of the head there on the thread, and hold this front portion up, and that glue will hold it. We want this to have a really flat face. Now when this sits in the water, should sit like that. It should sit with the bend of the hook hanging down. there's the level, this back here, that's the level horizon, and that'll sit like that. Okay, you can finish off the head a little neater, you know, add some little red whiskers down here, you can put rubber legs in, you can do all sorts of things with a gurgler, but that's a basic gurgler style fly, and that'll gurgle and pop its way across the surface beautifully. Very, very simple fly.